Come on into the room, be coachable, teachable, trainable. Post your city and state where you're catching this information from. On today, I am your girl, BrandMaster Martina Britt Yelverton, your cash flow queen, your go-to girl for how to help you get your assets in order so that you can do what? Live a legacy, and better yet, so you can leave one. So literally, if you've been watching my comprehensive GHL tutorials thus far in this series, then you probably feeling like some of the feedback that I was getting, and you may be overwhelmed, thinking it's all great information, but you really actually have no idea where to start. Then this tutorial and this reset, this revamp is actually for you. Okay. So I've given you a lot of value, a lot of content about every single starter feature that you need inside of GHL. But in that, I realized that I may have put the cart before the horse. Okay. And so today I'm hitting the reset button and I'm building the speaker business system the right way, step by step, in a logical order without the overwhelm. Okay. And so here's why we're actually starting over. So I've learned from working with hundreds of clients inside of my agency that information without implementation is just entertainment. And while we all enjoy being entertained, for some of us, we want to get down to the nitty gritty, right? Right, Allison? Right, Aloydi? We want to get down to the nitty gritty, okay? And I don't want you to actually not understand the step-by-step path to actually build your system, because then you'll stay struck, okay? You'll stay stuck. I'm going to get it right. You'll stay stuck. Okay. I've actually been getting some messages, some great feedback from you guys, as well as speakers. And they're saying, I'm watching your tutorials, but I don't know which one to do first. Or I'm starting to build a funnel, but I realize I don't have my form set up. So that's where I meant about it was a little disjointed and it was out of order. Or you're trying to set up your CRM and you don't know what information you should actually be tracking. Everything seems connected. However, paralysis sets in and you don't do what it is that you need to do. You aren't moving forward. And that's on me. I received that. I'll take that, right? I've given you a comprehensive training on every feature, but I didn't give you a more clear, exact roadmap for building your system yourself from scratch, okay? And the problem with the comprehensive training is that you're actually struggling as an emerging speaker, right? But even if I show you the exact way, it may make things worse if I'm giving you overwhelm by giving you all the bells and whistles. Does that make sense for you guys? And if so, by you having too many options, this is what may have been creating your paralysis. When I show you 15 different ways to use a workflow, you may end up spending your time trying to figure out which approach is best instead of just implementing one that actually works. Okay. And we want you actually implementing so that your systems can be usable. All right. So features that are taught in isolation, it doesn't make sense when you're actually used to following a framework. When you're learning about pipelines before you understand what opportunities you're actually tracking, then it's like learning to drive before you know what a car is. I hope that makes sense to you guys, okay? And so we're going to make sure that when I show you advanced automation, you understand the basics of it first. You're probably thinking, I could never do that. Instead of saying, let me just start with something simple, right? So the new approach, okay, is for the next 19 tutorials, I'm going to build your complete GHL speaker business together, and you can use it for a standard business, but my focus, of course, is to the brand new, struggling, emerging speaker entrepreneur so that they can not learn about features, but they can build a working system. And here's how this is different. Each tutorial will build on the previous one. So you won't need to do something that we haven't covered yet, right? We start with the basic versions that actually work, then add on the complexity later. So I want you to understand that I'm going to show you each piece that fits with the others so you understand the complete system, and every tutorial answers, why does this matter to me right now as someone who's trying to build my business, okay? So I want to take the time and let me pull up my notes here for this part so I can tell you the exact 4-part system, and there's a 5th bonus, but the 4-part system that we're going to be walking through together. The foundational setup, that's going to be tutorial 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And in that system, we're starting with the basics about getting oriented with GHL, creating your first form, setting up a simple calendar, building a very generic basic website, and then connecting them with a simple funnel. By the end of phase one, you will have worked through and have a working system that you can actually capture leads, book calls, okay? Whether it's booking calls for a product, niche, or service, whether it's getting booked for an event, we're going to make sure the simplicity in phase one is covered. Phase two is going to be contact management. Phase three is going to be communication systems. Phase four is going to be growth and monetization. And by the time we move to the bonus tutorials in phase five and beyond, that's going to cover the graphics, the StreamYard, and the Zoom bonuses. Okay. So I'm just having you understand each tutorial is going to focus on implementing one piece of your system completely. There are no prerequisites that are assumed. If you need to know something, we'll cover it before we use it. That way, each and every tutorial uses realistic examples for the emerging speaker, not complex scenarios that you'll probably never encounter because you're brand new. You're just getting started. You don't have all the bells and whistles to be able to handle the high volume just yet because, again, you're just getting started. All right. We're going to have less theory, more click here, type this, save that kind of a mindset, right? And I'm always going to explain how what we're building connects to what we've already built and what's coming next, okay? So your commitment needs to be, this approach only works if you commit to the following along in order. So if you're going to follow along in order, that's your commitment. Don't skip ahead and like to what you want to deem as more interesting tutorials. Don't try to implement everything at one time. Just trust this process, right? And so here is what I need from you guys as you embark on this new journey. As we talk about various things like the calendars and the pipelines and the custom fields and the SMS, the email text, automation, workflows, CRMs, websites, funnels, everything that we're going to talk about from memberships all the way through to communities, everything that we're going to talk about in this entire system. Just start with tutorial 1. Then do tutorial 2, then do tutorial 3, okay? And don't just watch the information. I'm going to ask you to commit to building along with me, one step at a time, starting simple, using basic examples first, and then you can customize things later, okay? So along the way, if you get stuck, then you'll need to tell me exactly where and what's not working so that we can get to an expected end, okay? So by the time you get to tutorial 21, you will have a complete working GHL system that will capture leads, book calls, manage your contacts, communicates with your interested people, your prospects, and your clients systematically. It will track your speaking business, and it's going to generate additional income for your expertise. More importantly, you'll understand how it all works together so you can modify and improve it as your business grows, okay? So before we dive into tutorial 2, these are some things that I want you to make sure that you commit to having: an active GHL account. So currently, if you have no GHL account, meaning no GoHighLevel account, then I'm going to drop this onto the screen, and I'm dropping onto the screen the ghl.martinabrityelverton.com link so that you can get an active GHL account, right? If you are a sub account in someone else's GHL account, you can follow along, okay? But get an active GHL account. I need you to commit to 30 minutes of uninterrupted time so you can focus to complete each tutorial, and a commitment to follow the sequence in the right order, right? Just have a willingness to get started simple, and we will build the complexity that we need. In tutorial 2, we're actually going to be starting with the most fundamental piece of your system, and that's forms. We're not starting with funnels this time, nor websites or CRMs, but forms, right? Because you can't capture leads without a form. And everything else we build will depend on having a good form in place, all right? We're going to go through one simple creation, effective speaking inquiry forms that will get you the information that you need to qualify opportunities and prepare for great conversation, right? Guys, I realize and I know that this approach requires some patience, okay? You'll want to have that. You'll want to remain coachable, teachable, trainable. You'll want to make sure you're getting yourself in a good space to listen to this information and follow along this journey. I don't want you to jump to the more advanced features or build complex automations or have a sophisticated system off top and don't know how to manipulate it. I want you to build this the right way, right? Speakers who succeed are the ones who build solid foundations first. So if you're interested in having a solid foundation in your business, or you are a new, stuck or struggling, emerging speaker entrepreneur, then work with me. We're going to build a system the right way, piece by piece, step by step, with each component working perfectly before we move on to the next one. This complete system building roadmap, it comes with checklists, right? And these checklists have actually worked. They're actually working. They can work for you, even if you need to customize it. As long as the foundation is set, you will be good to go, right? These tutorials are going to be available inside of the private Brand You community, and you can go to community.martinabrityelverton.com to get access to that. You should be catching most of this live and in living color over on the YouTube channel under the playlist for the videos. It's going to be the Emerging Speaker playlist, and you will be able to watch this playlist in sequential order. And if you are interested in getting the downloadable checklist, then you need to join the community at community.martinabrityelverton.com. That's where all the implementable checklists, the tutorials, the templates, the step-by-steps guides will live live. The link is on the screen. It will be available in the description below. But of course, I always say, you can watch all of this. You can still allow even the simplistic method to become overwhelming if you need to have the entire system professionally built for you while you focus on speaking. You focus on doing what you do, then definitely check out the Brand You Agency. I'm BrandMaster Martina Britt Yelverton, and I am helping emerging speakers to get their technology foundations right so that they can focus on what they do best. That's speaking, that's giving value, that's delivering that content. So if you are ready to build the system right, then go ahead and move on to tutorial 2, create your first form, and let's get this thing done. Again, if you have no earthly idea, or you have even an inkling to wonder, what exactly is the speaking community, the Speaker Con, the conference that's coming up this November? Two with Your Girl is the lead developer for the virtual conference of the 7th annual Speaker Con conference. Then join me at SpeakerCon 2025.martinabrityelverton.com. You can actually register and you can come on into the platform and be a special guest of your girl, the BrandMaster, and you will be entered into a drawing to win one of 3 slots to have your entire business system built from the bottom up for you. So I'm excited for you guys. Let's see if I can populate onto the screen before we go so you guys can have an opportunity even to see what that beautiful platform currently looks like. Let's see if I can locate that for you guys and move myself on out of the way and bring that up for you guys to go to SpeakerCon 2025. You'll land on this information here live. You'll be able to see the funnel that we've set up. You'll be able to join us again for the 7th annual SpeakerCon conference. Complete your special registration form, right? And when you finalize, this is going to bring you over into the actual event that we are running live on Zoom. Let's see if I can get that one up for you guys. SpeakerCon 2025. Did I type that in correctly? SpeakerCon. Nope, I forgot the con on there. Boom, there we go. SpeakerCon Conference 2025. That is the actual official registration link, and this is where you'll join us. Registration is open. Our theme is Lead with Heart, Leverage with Automation. You'll get to see all of the sessions that are going to run November 5th through the 9th. Right. And then there's also an add-on bonus of an in-person evening of impact. All of that information is available here. Again, we are bringing together industry leaders, renowned speakers, and a diverse group of motivated participants from various industries around the world to SpeakerCon so that we can foster this environment of learning, connection, and growth. So if you have no earthly idea, then it sounds like we need to see you at SpeakerCon. Thank you for your time on today. I greatly appreciate it. And I'm excited to see you guys actually implement growing, scaling your brand new, currently stuck or struggling, entrepreneurial journey as a speaker.